Everyone, welcome back. YouTube, how you doing? It's Chris Cornaros here, the cryptocurrent team, bringing you another episode in the Crypto Basics with Chris K series. Today is part 11, the final chapter in us breaking down a CNN article, which was aiming to answer 11 of the most commonly asked questions about cryptocurrency. The video that we just made covered whether or not governments could ban crypto, as well as maybe some of the ramifications from that. And today we are going to be asking a more fundamental question than even the first video, which covered what is crypto. And that is having decentralization good? Is a decentralized framework for finance a good thing? Right? I'd say that's probably the most fundamental question for crypto. And the reason I think so is simply because that's the whole idea, right? The idea of crypto is to create a decentralized economy, right? Democratize finances. But whether or not that's a good thing is, plays into that famous line and meme, which is they always asked if they could, whether never asking if they should. And that's what this question aims to answer, which is it a good thing? And so should we keep pursuing it? Now, I personally see a lot of benefits to it, so I'm going to lean towards it's good. But before we hear from some of the experts as they give their takes, I do want to remind you all that if you enjoyed today's video and the rest of this series, then please do leave a like on the video as well as subscribe. It really does help us out, gives us a jump on the algorithm, which in turn helps us see what y'all like to watch the most. And of course, if you don't like watching this, or maybe you really do, let me know in the comments down below, and maybe you'll see yourself featured in a future video. But up first, we have Tavania Evans, the founder of Guapcoin. She is going to come out and say that crypto is supposed to be governed by the people, right? That is what I was talking about. It's supposed to democratize finances, be governed by the people. That's what a democracy is. And I'll let you hear from her as she kind of breaks down this answer.
It's a very good thing because we're living in a time where people don't trust their government. We're living in a time that people don't trust one another, but they really don't trust their government. And cryptocurrency is designed to empower the individual with the idea that they are the bank and they are the governance of this cryptocurrency. These cryptocurrencies are supposed to be governed by the people and to belong to the people. So, this is the great thing about decentralization is the disruption of our current power system that has too much power, and the people that don't have enough power.
All right. I hope you enjoyed Tavania's answer. Up next, we're going to have David Yermak, professor at NYU's Stern School of Business. And he says that, simply put, humans don't have a good record with financial systems. And you'll see what he means very quickly. But essentially, what he's saying is that you can't necessarily trust people to run financial systems because, honestly, we've had quite a few too many economic meltdowns, if you ask me personally. But I'll let you hear more from him as he explains what he means by that, and also as to how decentralization solves a lot of these issues.
Since it's decentralized, no person can control it, and it will continue to operate according to the original code forever. And that allows people to have very high confidence that there won't be interventions, people won't change or overrule transactions, people won't change the rate of money creation. The decentralization removes it from human control. And humans don't have a good record with financial systems. They tend to be very risky to collapse. Every central bank in the history of the world fails sooner or later, and it's just a question of when.
All right. Well, I think that was a fantastic answer, and I hope y'all do too. Finally, the final expert that we will be hearing from in this series covering the CNN article is going to be from John Reed Stark. He is similar to Norel Rabini and Peter Schiff in that he's on the more skeptical side of cryptocurrency in terms of the experts that were interviewed for this article. And he said that essentially what we discussed briefly in the video about whether or not criminals are using it and if that's a problem, which is that the pseudo-anonymity is a question mark because you aren't 100% anonymous, but you're essentially anonymous. And so his big question, right, is how will crypto and a lot of these coins and exchanges, platforms, etc., how will they interact with a lot of the very stringent laws in place, whether it has to do with money laundering or one of the other dozens of laws that closely govern and regulate our financial systems.
Everybody thinks it's a great thing because it's going to somehow increase the speed of transactions, allow for better record keeping, allow for more transparency. So I've read all of these things, but the pseudo-anonymity of it all is a real big question mark for me. I just don't see how the government, after the USA Patriot Act and all of the anti-terrorism acts that we have, and the various anti-money laundering requirements of banks and other financial institutions, which are immense. You can't just open up a bank account. The bank needs to understand completely who you are. So this idea of anonymity with the platform being anonymous, the users being anonymous, I just don't see how that's possible under the current regulatory regime that we have in the United States. Now, again, that's a philosophical debate. It has nothing to do with cryptocurrency. It's just, do we want to make sure that we can see any time any person spends more than $10,000, that takes more than $10,000 out of their bank account? Right now, the answer is yes. Anytime you withdraw more than $10,000 out of your bank account, that's automatically a suspicious transaction that gets reported to the US Treasury. So the idea that you can somehow hide these transactions, financial transactions, from the government is not something that's permissible right now, and I don't think it ever will be permissible. I think, again, the USA Patriot Act, all of the various anti-money laundering laws have been very effective and are an important part of US regulations.
All right, and that's going to be the end of this video of this series. That was a fantastic article, and if you all want to see all the questions in one place as well as some of the longer form answers, there's a link to that in the description down below. And of course, if you like this video, you like this series as a whole, please do leave a like on this video and also subscribe to the channel. It really does help us out. We're marching on towards 2,000 subscribers right now, and we want to get there fast, as I'm sure you would love to be a part of our journey to get to 2,000 subscribers. But until next time, I am Chris Cornaros here with the Cryptocurrent team, and I hope y'all are staying cryptocurrent.